Outer Banks, and welcome to an all-new episode of OBXE TV, where we give you the inside scoop on what's happening in the local and regional entertainment world. I'm Sue Artz. First up, we'll let you know about what's trending right now at OBXEntertainment.com. The new TV series Wicked Tuna, North vs. South, was filmed on the Outer Banks featuring the local fishing industry. The show premieres on the National Geographic Channel on August 17th, and you can watch a preview right now at OBXEntertainment.com. Grammy-winning national recording artist Jars of Clay will be live in concert on August 3rd at the historic Waterside Theater, which was recently named by USA Today as one of the best outdoor concert venues in the country. Tickets are on sale now. The original Rondelles will bring beach music back to the Outer Banks when they hit the stage at Kelly's in Nags Head on August 3rd with an early show time starting at 7 p.m. You can get full details on each of these stories, plus our photo gallery and video highlights from the Lovin' Spoonful concert on Roanoke Island right now at OBXEntertainment.com. Our special guest today was instrumental in the success of the First Flight Centennial celebration in 2003, and in her more recent role, she has helped to revitalize Festival Park as one of the Outer Banks' top concert venues. We're excited to welcome the Executive Director of Roanoke Island Festival Park, Kim Sawyer. Hey Kim, thanks for being here.
I'm glad to be here.
Great. So when you came here for the First Flight Centennial celebration in 2003, were you already familiar with the area, or was this brand new to you?
I was familiar with the area. You know, my parents used to come down here back when there was just Winks and nothing else. But I was working at a craft cooperative in Camden, North Carolina. And at the time, it was the biggest craft cooperative in the country, but it was located in Camden. And our job was to create jobs with handcrafted items. And they posted a job about the Centennial, and it was the big buzz, and I was interested in being a part of it, and I applied for it. And I got the job, and I ended up with an office at Wright Brothers.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So that's how you first got involved. And so did you stay there for a couple years, or was it just for that Centennial celebration?
It ended in 2004. It was a First Flight Centennial Commission. It was part of the state, and it sunset in 2004. But the big event was actually December 17th, 2003, and we had a whole week long, December 12th through the 17th. And so that was exciting. And the coolest part was, of course, a lot of people remember that John Travolta was here. Yes. President Bush was here. And we had a lot of astronauts, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, Chuck Yeager, the Tuskegee Airmen. So it was a really exciting time, and I was just glad to be a part of it.
That's awesome. Yeah, we hear that pilots just like to fly over the monument if they're anywhere near the area, because it is just so much a big part of history.
It is a huge part of history, and pilots love the area. They buzzed Wright Brothers, and we had that happen with Air Force One, with the President's plane, which was kind of neat.
Yeah.
And you know, those who were there remember that it actually rained on December 17th. You know, I used to talk a lot about the event, and I would tell people there were 5 seasons: summer, winter, spring, fall, and December 17th.
Yeah.
Because the weather is always so crazy.
It is.
And of course, a story about that day that those who saw the photographs of that day, there's a picture of President Bush holding an umbrella over John Travolta. And there's a little tag on that says Kitty Hawk of Walmart. I got a call from the Secret Service at 4 a.m. on the 17th, and I was really excited because I'd gotten big clearance, and I knew it was a big thing that was happening. And they said, "Kim, it's going to rain, and we need a bunch of umbrellas." And so whoever the sales lady was at Walmart came and brought these umbrellas, and one of them was held over John Travolta for the ceremony. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah, that's definitely neat. Nice. Well, in your current role as Executive Director of Festival Park, you've seen a lot of upgrades and renovations lately, and now it's a concert venue. So can you tell us a little bit about what's changed since you've become the Executive Director?
You know, we have 27 acres of park. When I came on board, one of the things that started to happen was, happening with a lot of places, is our appropriations are being cut with the state. And so what we had to do was start doing more stuff.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff is weddings. We're in our third year of weddings. We're in our second year of concerts. We just had a great concert there with Gin Blossoms, and we're going to have some great events in September with the Outer Banks Bluegrass Festival. We were actually nominated as one of the best new venues for bluegrass.
Nice.
And so that's part of what we do, and of course we do all of that to support the history part of the park.
Right.
You've seen the ship. Have you been on the ship?
Oh yeah. Yep.
We have a ship, we have a settlement site, we have an American Indian town, we have a movie, and we do have an upgraded adventure museum that you just talked about. Have you had a chance to go in there yet?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, our 7-year-old loved it. We actually had to like drag him out of there after, I think we spent like 2 hours there.
We'd like to hear.
Yeah, he loved just in the with the tools, making the tools out, and everybody's in costume.
Yeah.
It's definitely cool.
People love the dress up. You know, we couldn't completely renovate it. So for people who are used to coming to the park, the dress up is still there, the lighthouse is still there. We have stories of the Freedmen's Colony. Our duck blind is finally fixed, folks. So if you haven't been there in a while, come play with the duck blind, and you can take that gun and shoot a duck, and you can whack, 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 whack. And we actually have some old photographs too. A lot of people in the area may remember that where we are is known as Ice Clan Island, and if you come to the Adventure Museum, you see a photograph of what that used to look like. So it's all been filled in, and the ship hadn't been built yet. The ship is actually just over 30 years old, and that was built first, and the park came later. So I'm glad your son had a good time, because everyone is really enjoying it. It's more interactive too.
Yes.
More buttons to push. More electronics, so we think that's kind of fun.
Yep, and you can even dress up yourselves. We
Yeah.
did that, and we missed the ducks though. We're gonna have to
Go
go
back. You got to do the duck line. It's fun.
Nice. So we did have a great time at the Shellbag Festival and the Brew Through concert series. So what other events are coming up? Is there anything besides the Bluegrass Festival in September?
We have the Bluegrass in September, and then in our pavilion area after that, currently, we have some weddings going on back there. Our concerts generally, we've been really thrilled working with Philip Foreman with Brew Through and Corey Hemmelwright with the Bluegrass Festival, and he did the Shallowbag Shack this summer, and he plans to do it next summer. So that kind of kicks off our summer concerts back there, and in between, anyone that's in love, falling in love, maybe in love, can come out and get married not only on the pavilion stage, in our Grand Mall area, which is outside of our Adventure Museum that's been newly renovated, and if they're really interested, they can get married on the ship.
Cool.
One of the first weddings we had about 2 years ago, they got married on the ship, and as soon as they said "I do," our guns went off. So that was an extra bonus. So anyone that's interested in being on the ship and getting married, they can do that too.
Cool. So if people want to contact you, should they go to the website?
Yeah, go to RoanokeIsland.com. That's our website. Check us out on our Facebook page. We have a lot of updates there and events, and we love to hear people's comments. And of course, you know, we are right in downtown Manteo, so drive on over and see us too, because we're open. The only months we're closed are January and February for our ship to go to haul out, but other than that, we're open 7 days a week.
Cool. And what hours are you open?
9 to 5.
9 to 5. Wow, so you can pretty much get out there anytime.
Anytime you want to, and you know, we also have boardwalks that surround the park.
Yeah.
Anyone that just wants, you know, we always tell people that Festival Park is kind of the central park of Manteo. Because the fun happens after hours, after 5 o'clock, and people are walking on those boardwalks, walking their dogs. And even just on that bridge, people love, you know, it's a tradition, local people know it's a tradition to jump off of the bridge.
Yeah.
And so a lot of kids do that and still do that today. So we just think Festival Park is a lot of fun, and we hope people will just come out and enjoy it however they choose to enjoy it.
Awesome. Well, I know we'll have to go back, and we'll be there for the concerts, of course.
Yeah.
But have to go shoot the ducks next.
Shoot the duck line. Come eventually, and learn to do a nail at the settlement site. In the settlement site, you can do the woodworking. And I think the other thing that's so cool is our interpreters.
Yeah.
Who are dressed as 16th century sailors, and we like to say we're hands-on history. So
Yeah.
we just think we're a fun time, and we just hope people come out and have fun with us.
Yeah, they take their jobs very seriously.
Yeah.
And totally into it. So.
Absolutely, they're always in character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And recently, you've started a new scouting program.
We sure have. Now, were you a Girl Scout?
I sure was for 8 long, strong years.
Well, there you go. Well, about 3 years ago, we started a Girl Scout program and a Cub Scout program. And so we have a Girl Scout Day that happens in April, and then we'll do our second Cub Scout Day, easy for me to say, in November. And we have our own patch, and they can either come during the day and do activities with our interpreters, or we actually offer overnights. So that's a fun new program that we're doing at the park.
Wow. Would they bring tents and like camp out in the...
They can bring tents. The first time we did it, someone brought a tent, and I was looking at the comment card, and the little boy said, except for the humming sound. I said, what was the humming sound? They had serious tents with like generators and not old school tents, but they can sleep out in the settlement site, and sometimes they'll sleep in our gallery. So it's a great program, and anyone that's interested in that can go on our website, RoanokeIsland.com, and find out about it. And part of that, if we have people who are interested in volunteering at the park, they can volunteer for our scouting program, or even just volunteer in our venues. We've just done a volunteer video that's on our website, and if I haven't mentioned it, RoanokeIsland.com, and they can check it out and just find out what it would look like to volunteer. We welcome anybody in the community to do that. We could certainly use their help.
Nice.
So come volunteer at the park.
So not just for the scouting, but probably for the concerts too, maybe?
For the concerts, in our Adventure Museum on the ship, in the settlement side, and in our American Indian town. Anyone that's willing to do it, we do have outdoor venues, and so if that's something they're interested in doing. If you're just interested in meeting people and learning about history, it's a really fun activity, and so we're doing a recruitment, and we just welcome anyone that'd like to come out and help the park, to come help us.
Yeah, we'll try to help spread the word.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Sue.
Well, I know that you're busy, but if you ever do get a day off on the Outer Banks, how do you like to spend it?
You know, I rarely get a day off on the Outer Banks, and so how I like to spend it is maybe looking at some of the art galleries in the area. I think that's fun. I hear we have a beach. I haven't seen it in years. But I think I might try to do that this summer before the summer gets away from me. And I think one thing, I'm fortunate that I actually live in Manteo on Shallowbag, and so, you know, sometimes we forget in this area how beautiful it is. We're all so busy.
Yeah.
A lot of us are in the tourism industry, and so for me, sometimes it's just cool to sit back on my balcony, put my feet up, and I can actually see the ship from my balcony.
You just can never get away from it.
Can't get away from it. So that's fun to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Yep, I enjoyed it.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Sue Artz with OBX Entertainment.com and OBXE TV, and we'll see you next time.